It is Monday, November 1st. This is Jaguars Happy Hour. Jaguars Happy Hour is presented by Jet Home Loans. And now, a guy who refuses to take off his costume, J.P. Shadrick.
Boo! Welcome in. It's Jaguars Happy Hour on a Monday, and happy November. We have arrived to November 1st. My name's J.P. Shadrick. We have plenty of show ahead the next 2 hours on Jaguars Happy Hour today. CBS Sports senior writer Pete Prisco with us. Pride of the Jaguars left tackle Tony Boselli has chosen to join us in studio tonight. We'll review week number 8, the Seahawks over the Jaguars 31-7. Social media questions like you would not believe today. They were on fire this afternoon. We'll go around the league in week number 8. Tony Boselli and Pete Prisco coming up. The Jaguars struggled in most areas yesterday. They struggled to stay on the field on offense. They couldn't slow down Geno Smith in the game. He had a career-high completion percentage of 83%, 20 of 24 passing. And then the penalties, 12 for 93 yards, including a 12-men-on-the-field penalty, followed by nearly another one. A timeout had to be used in the second quarter. Linebacker Miles Jack, after the game, said it's unacceptable.
In this league, that should never happen. You know what I mean? There's no excuse for that. There's no response. We have to have better communication coming on off the field, and obviously it's a hectic environment. You know, there's D linemen that are locked in trying to get the play, and then there's guys running on. So it's got to be a communication thing where if you are running on the field, you have to call out. You got to go 1 for 1. You can't just run on the field and just say, hey, it's my turn to play. So it's a lot of things. You know what I mean? It's the timing of the substitutions. It's players not communicating when they come in. So it's a total thing, and it's such an easy thing to fix. You know what I mean? It's not like it's something hard. Like when you raise your hand when you're running in, and you know who you're supposed to grab. We're going from Jag personnel to nickel personnel. Whoever the nickel is, he's got to go run and grab the Sam. Like, everybody knows what they're supposed to do. We're just not doing it. So it's on us.
That could pretty much sum up the day yesterday in Seattle. Tony Boselli joining us now here in studio. Pete Prisco down in South Florida. Happy November and happy Monday, Tony.
Is it happy Monday? Because I flew all night from Seattle last night. I haven't slept much and watched that yesterday with all the Jag fans and all of you listening to us. And I appreciate Miles' honesty. I mean, I was just talking to John Osher out in the hallway before I came in. That's why I was a little late. I saw something yesterday I've never seen in any football game I've ever watched, played in, been a part of. Like, and I coached high school football right across the river.
I know, yeah.
With Mark Riddell. Back-to-back plays with 12 men on the field on defense, and you have to burn a timeout not to get penalized. Back-to-back plays
Before the next snap, yeah.
I've never. I don't even, I was thinking about this. I'm like, okay, how could that happen? Okay, so it happened week 1.
Yes, it did.
12 men on the field. Okay, okay. Coming out of the bye, you had all the prep, you had all that. Okay, shouldn't happen. It happened. It's ridiculous. It's uncalled for, but it happened. You see that in preseason sometimes, but we're in week 8, 7th game of the season, but it happened. Okay. What I'm flabbergasted is how does it happen right away again? Because you just had 12 guys. Everyone stopped. Everyone on the sidelines. Everyone on the field. And you just got called. Doesn't somebody count? Like, immediately go, who's out here who does not belong? Leave. And then you go to the next level is what, and I listen, I'm an offensive guy, so maybe I'm just too simple. But if you run on the field and you're the 12th guy and somebody's in your position, don't you think I'm supposed to line up here? Why are you here? Somebody is
somebody's wrong.
Is duplicate.
Pete,
Tony,
good afternoon.
Tom Brady said defensive players aren't very smart.
I didn't say that, Pete. But
no, you didn't. Tom Brady did.
I know, but think about this, Pete. So let's say I'm making a position. I don't know who was the 12th guy. You're the nickel corner, and you run out there, and they call nickel, and you see the Sam linebacker standing right next to you.
Okay. No, I get it, Tony. It's not that complicated. It really isn't.
I don't understand.
Well, okay, let's boil it down to no, but it's bad coaching. Let's be real.
Well, okay, it starts with coaching, Pete, but I agree with Miles. I put on the players too because you walk on the field, you know the defense. They call whatever defense.
Ultimately, the coaches are responsible for it.
Yes, I agree. It starts with the coaches, but players have to be smart enough to know that somebody else is lined up in my spot. That's like me going on the field, and there's another left tackle. What, do I just line up next to him and just say, well, it must be a new play? Maybe we're in Canada. I don't know. Maybe they changed the rules. It's the CFL. I mean, there's another left tackle sitting there. Why am I out in the field then? I mean, is it like at some point? Like, I was sitting in the booth yesterday, and it's bothered me the entire time. That would be like me. It's like back when I played, Todd Ford was my backup. Like, Todd comes running out on the field, lines up next to me, and I look over him and says, oh, this is normal. This is great. Let's just go play. I mean, what are we doing?
Or maybe you had a tackle overload when they both were on the field or something.
Well, then I saw Cersei on the other side.
Tony, look, ultimately, and you locked it last week, so let's call it what it was.
Yeah, didn't want to say it, but Pete put it out there.
I locked it. I picked them.
Yeah.
I picked them in the Osher deal. I picked them in Logs deal. I mean, I picked them everywhere.
You were all in.
Yeah, you
I didn't know they were going to play with 12 guys.
But didn't I not say it on here that I was concerned about a young team coming off a bye with a first-year coach who's never come off a bye, going west to play a team where they hadn't played well.
What does that mean? You've never come off a bye. Like, I'm so exhausted, Pete, of the excuses. New coach never got the bye. The guys won like 50 national titles. You never told. I mean,
3.
Okay, same thing. He had like weeks off before the national title game. Like, you're telling me you can't figure out?
Maybe he needs deeper dives.
I can't deep dive. We're not diving deep enough. There's 12 guys out there, Pete. And you're making excuses.
I'm not making excuses. I just looked at it from the common sense standpoint.
Yeah,
you locked it.
Common sense.
No,
Pete, you're wrong.
You were wrong.
You're wrong, Pete. Common sense is it's football. I have a week off. Everyone does it the same way. The CBA says how many days you have to give off. Like, you go get ready.
Was that
How
Pete?
about that? Just put it out there. They're not well coached.
Well,
I mean, you can't look at this body of work and think that they're well coached right now. You just can't.
There's 10 games left.
We got to fix it.
Yeah, well,
can't play with 12 guys. I know that.
Nobody's going to feel bad for you around the league.
What does it mean? There's 10 games left. Does that mean there's 10 games left for him to become a good coach? Does that mean they're not? What are you saying?
I said there's 10 games. There's 10 games left in the schedule, Pete. That's what I said.
Well,
and by the way, I went back and watched the tape today. Did you watch it, Tony?
I haven't. No, Pete. I flew home from Seattle.
You're on the plane. You can watch it on the plane. What's the matter with you?
Because I have to download. I have to get it. They have to upload it to the system. Then I got to be able to download it. I couldn't get all that done.
It's a lot of
uploading, downloading.
A lot of excuses.
This is real.
It's a lot of excuses. Is what
and
it
then when I
sounds
got
like
here, I had
me.
other work to do. Usually I watch it at night, and so it just didn't happen yet. So I haven't watched it.
I watched it, and my criticisms of that offense are going to be magnified after watching it even more so. They're not good right now, and they don't do a lot of things to make themselves good. That offense is stale with a capital S. It's stale. And Tony, you give me crap when I always say the bunches and the picks and the condensed formations and rub guys open and stuff. They did. You know how many? I counted it yesterday. There were 3 times, 3 out of all the passing plays where they were condensed. 3 where they had bunch formations, and one of those times Agnew was open on a little short in the left flat and he underthrew him, I think. Then the one where he stopped. Remember where he stopped?
Yeah.
And that one, he came from the other side and they crossed over there. That's 2 of them. And so they don't do it enough. It's you go over here, you go over here, you go over here, you go over here, and run your ISO routes. They don't even switch release. They don't do any of that. If 2 guys are on one side, one might run an in cut, and the other one might run behind them, but they don't switch release ever. And if there's 3 receivers on one side, what's going over that way, Tony? I'm going to ask you, see if you can figure this out. You figured it out, I know. If there's 3 receivers on one side, what play are they running over there usually?
What play are they running over to the 3 receiver side?
Yeah.
Pass play or run play?
Pass play.
We'll probably roll Trevor out that way.
No, they run the bubble screen where they stands up and two receivers block.
Well, yeah, but no, they don't just run the bubble. They do a lot more stuff than
a lot of the time that's what they do. They're predictable. It's not a good offense right now. It's stale. It's stagnant. The receivers don't win, so you got to do something to help them win. They don't do it.
To your point, the longest plays yesterday for the Jaguars offense, 17 yards. Lawrence passed short left to James Robinson, so a lot of run after the catch. Robinson ran for 14 yards on another play, and then Lawrence short left to Marvin Jones for 13 yards. Those are the three longest plays on offense.
Zero plays over 20 yards yesterday.
0.0.
And let me tell you what was just as obvious as the nose on your face is James Robinson. If he's not in there, they're not moving the ball. Because when he went out, done, no answer.
Did he get hurt? Did he get hurt on that 17-yard play where they pushed him out of bounds?
Yeah,
Is that where he got hurt? Why didn't they
that.
stop him? Why didn't they help him when he went to the sideline? I mean,
Well,
don't you
that
have
was
to
the
try and
Seattle
grab
side.
him?
They knew he was his best player, so get him out.
Yeah, I thought that was classless. You got to stop him in there.
Unfortunately, it's not apparently a major injury, according to Urban Meyer. Day-to-day now with a heel issue, a bruised heel for James.
Well, the bottom line is, him being out is just highlights that, one, he's your best offensive player, and two, without him, you don't have any answers. But here's the deal. Urban said it last week, and I appreciated it last week. We talked about it, and I'm like, no more excuses. So, Pete, I don't want to hear excuses from you either.
I'm not making excuses.
Yeah, you did. It's a first-year coach. It's a bye. It's so hard. I don't know what to do. I got a weekend off. What am I going to do?
They weren't prepared. You see, they weren't prepared. They didn't handle it well. They're not.
Well, then that's on them
because
there's no more excuses. That's what the head coach said. No more excuses. Tired of excuses.
Then I'm not giving them any. They're not well coached right now. You want me to put it out there? There. How's that? Not well coached.
It's out there.
So how does that get better?
Maybe you need a new coach.
I agree. No, that's stupid, Pete.
Yeah,
that's
no. I'm being sorry. I'm kidding around.
That was dumb. But what Urban said.
But maybe at the end of the season, you might.
What Urban said today, I agree with him too. He says a lot of things I agree with. He says there's no magic pill or T-shirt you can put on that's going to make everything feel better, be better. It's nothing but hard work. Well, you got to go do it. Because obviously, and JP, did you ever get to the bottom? Because I didn't, and I just read it, and I talked to D-Rock in the airport as we were sitting there waiting for our late-night flight, which I know you guys both missed, that when Dwan Smoot said, part of the problem, about preparation, we weren't together after Wednesday of the bye week. Did you see that tweet off the quote that
now
Smoot said?
remember, they gave them 4 days off. Remember, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday was off for the players.
Okay, but they were here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It was still a normal week.
Yes.
So I didn't understand. Again, that makes no sense. What do you mean? Every team's off for the 3 or 4 days in the bye.
Right.
Sometimes they're off the whole week. But they had a normal week of prep. I don't understand.
Last week you're talking about.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The week leading up to the game, yes.
But why did you understand? Did you see that quote?
Then maybe there were some things he saw on the TV last Sunday that they tried to put in, and it confused everybody, and that's why they had 11 men on the field, 12 men on the field.
I mean, Geno Smith was 14 for 14.
JP.
14 of 14 to start the game.
Geno
the longest
Smith
streak
to 14.
Longest streak to start a game in the NFL this year of any quarterback.
When you don't have a lot of pressure and you're not a great cover team, what are you asking for?
Bad combo.
I mean, look, I actually, in watching the tape, Tony, there were some guys that actually had pretty good games on defense. There just aren't enough of them.
Josh Allen played well.
I thought he played well. I thought it was one of his best games, not just as a pass rusher, but
no, he played well last week. I mean, he played well in London too.
Yeah, but this was his best game, I think. I thought Miles Jack did some really good things. He looked, now that dot is finally off his head, he looks much better. There were a couple other guys that made splash plays. Smoot plays hard, man. He plays hard.
Smoot is an NFL player. He's a good football player.
The problem is they don't have enough. They have too many back guys that should be rotation guys. Like Smoot would be a great third end on a team.
Well, maybe they should stop rotating so they make sure they just get 11 guys out there.
Well, they got to do something.
Wow.
I mean, look, I'm not saying
am I wrong, JP?
Urban and his staff can't be better, but right now they're not doing a good job coaching this team. Nobody can sit here and tell me that they are. And you guys would agree with me 100%. You just don't want to say it. But I'm saying it. Now, this is not a well-coached team.
I'm not shying back from anything. You are, number one, as the great Bill Parcells said, you are what your record says you are, and you are what you put on tape. I had coaches tell me my whole career, what you put on tape is who you are. Well, guess what? No different for a coaching staff. What you put out there is who you are. And if you have 12 men back-to-back, okay. If you have multiple pre-snap penalties, delay of games, okay. That's not who you are. Not that you can't change it. And Miles Jack, I thought he was very eloquent what he said. You can change it. We got to change it. But right now, that's who you are.
Until they come out another game and do it different.
And that's not a good team that beat them up yesterday either.
No. That's another story. Let's come back and get into this offense a little bit more. Trevor Lawrence's day, he had a career-high completions and attempts. Not what you wanted.
Yeah, but
I know. It's not ideal. I'm just telling you a statistic,
and at the
Tony.
end of it was all like trash stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
that's the whole point.
It's ridiculous.
We're going to get into it. I'm
frustrated. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. And I'm flabbergasted.
Well, we've got an hour and 45 minutes of this ahead as well. This Sunday's Bills-Jaguars game is presented by Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. And we're off and running. It's Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans on the Jaguars Hard Rock Sportsbook Digital Network.
Jaguars Happy Hour is brought to you by Dreamfinders Homes, homes that fit your lifestyle. And by Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good. Your family isn't like anyone else's. Your home shouldn't be either. At Dreamfinders Homes, you can build the home of your dreams in one of their 30-plus communities in Northeast Florida. Choose from luxury single-family homes or maintenance-free townhomes from the 200s. Dreamfinders specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. To find out more, call 904-738-0165 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
When it comes to water, choose our team, the winning team. Choose CGC Water Treatment. CGC Water Treatment works, and it works for DG too, former Jags QB, David Garrard.
If you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Discover the kinetical difference.
Call CGC Water Treatment at 844-CGC-JAGS or visit cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment are proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars and your local independent Kinetico dealers.
So, it's happy hour. Let's talk whiskey options. Have you tried Citrus Distillers? Have you tried Citrus Distillers Limited Edition 2021 Barrel-Aged Jaguar Whiskey? Did you know it's only available for a limited time and manufactured in Jacksonville? Yes, Jacksonville. I said local whiskey. Try it on the rocks or in a Jack's Whiskey Sour. Citrus Distillers Jaguars Whiskey is available at local liquor stores, restaurants, and the Jaguar Stadium. Drink local, Jacksonville. Find recipes and events at jaguarswhiskey.com.
Healthcare coverage for less? Yes. Now, because of the new healthcare stimulus, you can get better benefits, more coverage, and pay less with a Florida Blue plan. Claim your savings today. Visit floridablue.com/getcovered now. Policies have limitations and exclusions. If you already had health insurance in 2021, speak with an agent to find out how changing plans could impact your deductibles and out-of-pocket maximums. Florida Blue and Health Options Incorporated, DBA Florida Blue HMO, are independent licensees of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association. Hard Rock Sportsbook is coming to Florida. Join the Seminole Tribe of Florida and Hard Rock for safe, trusted, and completely legal sports betting. Go to hardrocksportsbook.com to get all the latest details leading up to launch. Play remotely from anywhere in Florida, including on your phone or computer or in person at Seminole Casinos. Want great promotions like free bets, odds boosts, and bonuses? Hard Rock Sportsbook will have all your favorite bets and promotions. Hard Rock Sportsbook, the best place to be a Jaguars fan. Coming soon. Must be at least 21 and physically present in Florida to wager. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-800-522-4700.
Jaguars fans, here's a great way to pay with pride wherever you go. Exclusively from TIAA Bank, the Jacksonville Jaguars Visa debit card comes with a fierce look and fantastic features, along with the convenience to make purchases online or at millions of locations worldwide. And it's yours, free, when you open a Yield Pledge checking account. Order yours today. Visit TIAABank.com/JagsCard. TIAA Bank is a division of TIAA, FSB, member FDIC, and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville Sports Talk for Jacksonville sports fans. 1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I didn't play good enough today, and as an offense, we just weren't clicking. So a lot of things go into that. I think it's really just taking accountability for everyone's part and what went wrong. And, for me, third and fourth down, I think I had 2 missed throws on third down and 1 on fourth down. So it's, guys that are open and not giving them a catchable ball. Like that's, all on me. So those are 3 right there. And then just guys making plays when you need to make plays. And that's me on the third and fourth down. That's receivers on some catches. It's everybody. O-line, running backs, tight ends, everybody. So we took a step back, I think, in making the plays when we needed to make them, as far as just, you got good teams do that, good players do that. So, that starts with me.
That's quarterback Trevor Lawrence after the game yesterday. He was 32 of 54 passing, 238 yards, a late touchdown, an early interception, a rating you don't want, just over 68. And welcome back. This Jaguars Happy Hour. JP Shadrick, Pete Prisco, Tony Boselli, recapping 31-7. The Seattle Seahawks over the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jags are 0-4 all time in Seattle now, Tony.
Like that's barely. That's just over 4 yards per attempt. That is awful.
Couldn't get anything down the field.
Actually, it's
That's
5
what happens
yards.
when you don't have any speed.
No, it's not 5 yards. It's like 4.5 yards. 4.3.
Nothing down the field.
You have no speed, Tony. It's the problem.
Well, what's his face? 12 is Johnson's supposed to be able to fly. Throw him out there and just tell him to go run as fast as he can straight down the field.
That would have been a 20-yard plus catch, right? But he dropped the ball inside the 10-yard. It was in the fourth quarter late, but still.
Well, and if Marvin Jones catches the deep end.
There's another one. Okay, that's 2.
But those are plays that don't
They're
mean
late.
anything. Like
Right.
early in the game, just put Tyron out there and go run as fast as you can down the sideline. We're going to throw it as far as we can.
So James Robinson's 17-yard catch for the little swing pass is the longest play of the game.
Yes.
Correct.
That should never happen, ever.
So
Ever.
going back to Trevor's comments, is it just me, or did he take does someone prep him? Is he taking classes how to do these?
He's like a quarterback who's been in the league for 20 years.
He's so mature. Right. What's going on? Who taught him this stuff? This take ownership, call it out, not make excuses.
I'm going to send that to Brunel and tell him and compare him to when he was in that situation.
Holy cow!
I love Brunel, but come on, he wasn't like that when he first started.
How many guys are though, Pete?
Not many. Peyton was. That's about it.
And he didn't play well, but at least guys have bad games. He didn't get any help though either.
Yeah. Here's the thing. So Laviska Shenault, where is he?
Maybe you need to put him in the backfield. If James is out, just put him at running back.
You know what, Tony? In watching that when he had the carry,
he's explosive.
That's exactly what I thought. If James Robinson's out, make him a running back.
How many targets did he have? 4?
4, all in the second half.
So
and bubble screens, right?
2 catches, 13 yards.
Well, so he has 4 targets. But Agnew has 12, who was a corner 2 weeks ago, and we brought in as a kick returner.
So Agnew had 12 targets, 6 catches, 38 yards, late touchdown. Arnold, who has been here for 3-4 weeks now, has 10 targets, 8 catches, 68 yards. The 2 leading targets. And then Carlos Hyde had 8. He was third.
The 2 highest receiving targets, the receivers, tight ends, weren't even in the game plan at any moment of this staff's thought process.
No,
4 weeks ago.
Think about, go through the leading receivers. Just run them down, the catches right there.
We'll do it right here. 8 receptions, 68 yards for Dan Arnold.
Wasn't here to start the season.
We've played this game before.
I know, but there's even more to it because none of them are here.
Deja vu all over again. Carlos Hyde, 6 catches, 40 yards.
Back up.
Jamal Agnew, 6 catches, 38 yards.
Converted corner.
Marvin Jones, 5 catches, 35 yards.
Older and slower, but go ahead.
Laviska Shenault Jr., 2 catches, 13 yards.
Running back masquerading as a wide receiver. Go ahead.
James Robinson, 1 catch, 17, the longest play of the game.
Best player on the offense.
Tyron Johnson, 1 catch, 10 yards.
Wasn't here when the season started.
Dario Gumbawale, 1 catch, 9 yards.
Back up. Go ahead, keep going.
Tavon Austin, 1 catch, 5 yards.
Wasn't here when the season started.
Luke Farrell, 1 catch, 3 yards.
Rookie.
That's it.
There you go, Trevor. Here's your ball. Go make those guys make plays for you. And you wonder why they have no big plays in the passing game? Seriously. It's amazing that he's even completing the passes he's completing, to be honest with you.
What's going to happen when the Bills come to town next week?
Number 1 defense in football.
I'll tell you what, they didn't look very good on Sunday, though, against Miami for 2.5 quarters, and they just looked like they were lethargic for 2.5 quarters. Did not look good.
So you think
Miami's not a good team?
You think the Jags can beat the Bills?
Hell no.
You're not going to lock it, Pete?
No, Tony's going to lock it later in the show.
I am not.
We gotta wait. We gotta wait to the end of the show to lock it.
Let me tell you one thing. Let me lock one thing. I'm going to give you a lock right now.
I can't wait.
Here's the lock. The lock is this: that I will not lock the Jaguars this week. That's a lock.
It's in the vault.
Let's put it this way: will you lock them again the rest of the season?
Yes, I'm going to put a lock out right now. We will beat the Texans at home. Lock it.
What week is that game?
I don't know. But we're going to
win. They might have sold off their entire team by then.
Wow.
We'll get this in around the league. How about all the weird trades and
a lot
today?
going on.
Yeah,
we had a lot of injuries.
I know. But back to Trevor Lawrence. I look. It's hard to really grade, and people are grading him around the league. Oh, he's not playing that well. He's not playing that well. How can you grade him on what he's playing with? I'm being dead serious. It's not fair to him. Now, he missed the Agnew throw, the one where he skipped it to him. Agnew stopped on the other one. You probably complete those 2 passes. But does that really change is that really any different than when you look at the numbers and how he played? No. It's hard to have success when you are limited in what you can do outside. Now, Aaron Rodgers didn't have Adams last week, and they ran the football. And they ran the ball, and they ran the football, and they played, and they hit a couple passes. But you can't ask quarterbacks, particularly a rookie, to elevate his game to raise those guys when they aren't helping him much.
Is wide receiver the biggest position of need on this team, Pete?
Yes. That's without hesitation.
I think that's an easy one. Yeah.
Offense and defense, you'd say that is the biggest position of need.
Correct. At every other position, you have a guy moving forward that you can at least play with, and be that's, you know what I mean. Shaq Griffin, you can play with going forward, and the safeties you can play with Jenkins going forward.
If he doesn't,
Miles Jack, you can play with. Defensive line, you can play with Josh Allen. Some of those interior guys. Although Roy Robertson-Harris didn't have a good game yesterday, he struggled a little bit. But those guys actually, you can play with those guys. Offensive line, Jawan Taylor again is something.
He struggled.
He might need to be replaced. I'm being dead serious. I don't know who you replace him with, but you might need to replace him. He's not playing very well.
Cam played well though.
Cam was solid. The other guys fought. They weren't great, but they fought. Jawan Taylor's a problem. How many times in a row did Carlos Dunlap get inside of him?
Well,
and Tony, you know tackle position better than I do, but
yeah, you don't get beat inside. But I'll tell you this: he is lucky. First of all, they picked up the flag, which was a hold, which would have been a safety.
Oh, in the end zone.
Yeah. And then the next play, when Carl's bat the ball down, I don't know if you watched this, Pete. Jawan Taylor is bear hugging him again, back-to-back plays, and somehow the official didn't call it.
And then there was one sequence where he went inside him on a play and near the end zone, and then he scrambled out and got outside. You remember
that was the third down play. He got beat again inside.
Yeah. What I mean, it's not like Carlos Dunlap has been lighting it up this year. I mean, it just he's regressed, and that is an issue for that offense. Period. He is one of the biggest regressions I've seen from a guy from his rookie season until his third year. And so, who does ultimately that blame on? Him. But why can't you get him better?
Well, I mean,
why is he not better?
Maybe he doesn't want to get better. Maybe he's not doing the work, because I look at Cam Robinson's better.
He is better.
You look at the rest of the offensive line. Ben Barch is way better than he was last year. Like night and day better. Norwell solid. Shatley solid. I mean, I'm not saying they played great yesterday.
There,
I'm not trying to say
Richard?
that, but I'm saying if you look at the overall body of work.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But Juwan is the outlier. So, I mean, I'm not sure that's on Warhop. I mean, he's got the rest of those guys playing pretty well.
What do you do with him? Who would you put over there? Richardson
or Walker Little?
I mean, I think he needs a game to sit down. That's me. That's what I would do. I would sit him down, and maybe see what the other guy could do. And if the other guy does well, then he stays there. If he doesn't play well, then maybe you go back to Taylor, and maybe it's a wake up call for him, because he has been. I mean, he's been as bad as you can imagine a good player being. Because I thought he was going to be good. When he came into the league and after his rookie year, didn't you think he'd be one of those guys that would show up every year and be a potential Pro Bowl player at right tackle? I did.
Yeah, I thought I mean, based on his rookie year, if he progressed from there, I'm like, this guy's going to be a 10-year starter at right tackle, like a good one.
So anyways, back to your question, Tony. Running back, you got James Robinson. Quarterback, you got Trevor Lawrence. So there it is. It's the one position with a guy you can't count on going forward.
What about tight end?
I think he could be. If you have wide receivers, I think he'd be okay as a pass catching tight end. I think you get by. He's not the all around tight end you want to have, but as a pass catcher, if you have a number one and a number two receiver who can do some things, I think you can get by with Arnold.
Okay. Here's our offensive discussion. Hey, guess what? We're going to come back and flip it around to defense, Tony.
I am only committed to talking about 11 players, not 12.
Well, we'll get to choose which 11 of the 12 when we come back. How about that? Plenty to get to. Second hour, we'll have your social media questions. Twitter was abuzz today. We'll go around the National Football League a little later as well. Check out the official Jaguars Podcast Network. It's free on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you download your pods. And this is Jaguars Happy Hour, presented by Jet Home Loans on the Jaguars Hard Rock Sportsbook Digital Network.
Jaguars Happy Hour is brought to you by TIAA Bank. Turn potential into progress. And by Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. Your family isn't like anyone else's. Your home shouldn't be either. At Dreamfinders Homes, you can build the home of your dreams in one of their 30-plus communities in Northeast Florida. Choose from luxury single-family homes or maintenance-free townhomes from the 200s. Dreamfinders specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. To find out more, call 904-738-0165 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
Kessler Creative, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, has been a leader in direct mail for over a decade. Using the latest technology, Kessler Creative can now reach your ideal audience even more effectively. Choose between a collection of response channels from email and SMS, texting to land pages designed to engage and initiate responses with potential customers. Kessler Creative, Jacksonville, Florida. Results-driven marketing and a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Everyone's so busy keeping up. Forget about the Joneses. We all on our telephones with the texts and the tweets and the beats. What he said, she said, can't even follow the thread. Down the hole, we all go. Me, I like keeping up too, with my Corona and my attitude. That's La Vida Más Fina.
Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
This is Chantel Chark, wife of DJ Chark. Enter for your chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime experience with the Jaguars. Imagine being selected as a Jaguar for the day with prizes including a behind-the-scenes tour of the stadium, a personalized Jaguars jersey, club-level tickets to a Jaguars home game, and more. Look for details at Publix, where you can pick up all your game day needs, including Tide, Bounty, and Crest. Tackle everything in one stop. Available at Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Jags fans, did you know you can ride your bike to every Jaguars home game at TIAA Bank Field in Valley Park it for free? That's right. Stop by our bicycle check-in tent sponsored by Alert Today Florida near Gate 1 at TIAA Bank Field. An on-duty ZenCog bike professional will park your bike and ensure it's secure during the game. When the game is over, return your claim ticket to pick up your bike. For cycling safety tips, visit alerttodayflorida.com. Remember, Alert Today, Alive Tomorrow, because safety doesn't happen by accident.
Great teams leave it all on the field. But with the powerful towing and payload that Ford F-150 delivers, you can take it all with you, too. No wonder Ford F-Series is America's best-selling truck 44 years straight. The 2021 Ford F-150, built for greatness. Visit your local Ford dealer or buyfordnow.com. Based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total sales.
The station that the Jaguars listen to, 1010XL. Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's the craziest thing. We had our best 2 weeks of practice. Like, honestly, I could truly say that, and the coaches will probably say the same thing. Like, everybody was locked in. Guys were communicating. The energy was there defensively. We're talking. We did really, really well. It's just when we got in the game, okay, there's going to be fire drills sometimes, but we have to be able to, weather the storm, and we just didn't do that today.
That's Miles Jack, Jaguars linebacker, yesterday in Seattle after the Jaguars lost to the Seahawks 31-7. Welcome back. It's Jaguars Happy Hour. JP Shadrick, Tony Boselli, Pete Prisco. Your social questions coming up in the second hour. We'll go around the league a little bit later as well. Geno Smith had literally a career day, percentage-wise. 83% passing, the highest in his career. 20 of 24 in the game, 14 consecutive completions to start the game, the most to start a game in the NFL by any quarterback this season. And, it was easy most times. Tyler Lockett all of a sudden had 13 targets, 12 catches, 142, the fifth best day in his career. There was all this talk about the Jaguars defense and adjustments in the secondary and the coverages, and it just didn't work out. Why?
That was the first win for Geno Smith since 2016.
Yeah, I know that.
If you'd have told me after what I saw the first 2 weeks he started after Russell Wilson, and especially against, now the Saints are a good defense, don't get me wrong, that he would have 84% completion percentage and go start the game for 14 for 14, they'd score 24 points offensively, and then there's 7 on the, which we have to get to at some point, the onside kick. I've never seen anything.
Yeah.
Again,
Urban was asked about that today. We'll get to that.
Yeah, let's get to that because that was another head scratcher.
Mm-hmm.
But Pete, I'm shocked that Geno Smith was that effective.
Well, a lot of the times it was just little quick, easy throws. It wasn't like
he made some big-time throws, though.
Well, he made the throw. The touchdown to Lockett was a really nice throw.
Well, the corner to Lockett in double coverage, perfect throw along the sideline.
Yeah, that was another good throw.
The back shoulder to DK Metcalf was a big-time throw and catch.
But like the touchdown to Lockett, once again, Campbell is there to turn around and make a play on the ball, and he doesn't make the play on the ball.
He had a chance for a pick, too. Start the second half. Yeah. He's a rookie.
Look, they're not great in the secondary. Herndon was the one that got beat on the one play, right? The corner, wasn't he? It was, yeah. And they're not great in the secondary. That much we know. And when you combine it with not a great pass rush, because the pass rush was at times okay.
Not when it mattered, though, Pete.
Not in the game when the game was in doubt. No.
Not when it mattered.
Yeah, well, they don't get any push in the middle. They get none in the middle. And that's a problem because then you can just step up and make a throw. Look, it wasn't a good pass defensive game. It really wasn't. They weren't good against the pass. And that's what happens when Lockett, if you put Lockett and Metcalf with Lawrence, and put the other guys with Geno, how bad would Geno look and how good would Trevor Lawrence look? I mean, that's
so
what you got to ask yourself.
Can we make that trade?
Before Tuesday? After Tuesday, no.
Before tomorrow at 4, Tony. Call him up. Call Pete Carroll up and see if he'll do the
Pete, you
deal.
want to do a trade? I got a trade for you, Pete.
But I mean, isn't that a legitimate? Could you imagine Metcalf and Lockett with Lawrence? I mean, my gosh.
Tony, you're at a loss for words today.
Well, because it's not just this game. The pass defense has been bad all year.
All year.
Go look at the numbers.
All year.
Coming into last week, and what was Geno's quarterback rating coming out of the game?
Coming out of the game?
No, just for the game. Sorry.
Before the game?
No, for the game. For the game we just played. What was his quarterback rating?
Stand by. You got to give me a second here.
I mean, it should be right there.
I gotta. Yeah. I mean, jeez.
I mean, the interception in the middle of the field that he threw wasn't a good throw.
Yeah, but he knew it. Caleb on Chason was offsides. He knew it.
I know, but still, you lofted over the top, and it's a touchdown.
Geno Smith yesterday, 128.3 rating.
Okay, so going into the game, and before I tell you what the combined passer rating of all quarterbacks who played against the Jaguars going into the game, and let me list the quarterbacks that they had played. Tyrod Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy.
They played Tua.
They did.
They played Kyler Murray.
Correct.
Ryan Tannehill.
They played Ryan Tannehill.
Joe Burrow.
Okay. The combined quarterback rating for those guys.
This is dramatic.
Geno Smith, 111.
111 combined before Geno Smith.
Now it's higher.
Well, yeah. That's how math works.
But think about that, Pete.
Yeah, it should never happen. But Tony, they also here's the scary thing is, they put a lot of capital into being better against the pass.
A lot of it. Yes. Free agency dollars.
Free agency. Shaq
no, but
Griffin.
they did here. But I just listen. I think Shaquille Griffin's a good player.
Well, to Pete's point,
I do too.
They spent a lot of free agent. Hold on, Pete. They spent a lot of free agent money on Shaq Griffin, Roy Robertson Harris up front. They brought in
but
Malcolm.
He's not a pass rusher.
I'm just telling you what they did in free agency on defense. Malcolm Brown they traded for officially. Then in the draft they go get Tyson Campbell. They bring in Rayshawn Jenkins also in free agency on the back end. It's a lot, and I'm missing some pieces to this. That's a lot for this result.
They did nothing to the area that is most important of impacting the passing game, and that's rushing the passer.
Okay, but a year before that regime used a top 20 pick on a guy.
Okay, I'm not talking about Dave Caldwell. I'm talking about Urban Meyer when he came in.
They brought in the kid from Ward from Baltimore.
Jihad Ward, that's right.
He's not a pass rusher, Pete.
He's more of a grind. I mean, you're talking about put your hand on the ground and go up the field and sack the quarterback out.
I'll back up. Okay, was this pass rush good last year?
No.
Okay. You get Josh Allen back after a bad half year. Hopefully he's going to – okay. Pete, after free agency in the draft, did you think that this would be a good pass rushing group?
There was only one way it could be a good pass rushing group.
And what's that?
If Caleb on Chason's rookie year.
I didn't say what could be. I'm saying, did you think they would be a good pass rushing group?
I thought they'd be better than they are, yes.
Yeah, I did not.
You thought it was going to be like this?
So going into the season, you were 100% convinced that Chason couldn't rush the passer.
I did not think he was a pass rusher. I did not. I thought Chason was a six sack guy. 8 on a high end.
And they take 6 right now.
Well, I know that, but I was trying to be nice. I had Captain Sunshine glasses on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did think that I thought Josh Allen would be a 12+ sack guy.
And what does he have right now? Because he got
4.5
yesterday.
4.5.
Yeah. Okay, and how many? 2 of them. One of them came really late in the game.
Yes, they were not impactful. One was impactful, could have been impactful. The last one was not.
It's not a good pass rushing team. When you can't rush the passer, it bleeds into the secondary.
The best way to make your secondary better is rush the passer. That's just a fact. And I think Shaquille Griffin's a good player. I think Rayshon Jenkins is a good player. But you lost your first top 10 pick from a year ago. He's not there. Trey Herndon has a bad knee. And he's not super fast before he had the bad knee. Tyson Campbell struggles right now as a rookie with, ball awareness. I mean, they brought Rudy Ford, who they brought in as a special teams guy, started at nickel yesterday.
Yeah, he was on the field a lot, wasn't he? How many snaps did he play?
He started at nickel.
I know, and he's not a nickel.
Well, he is now.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. They're being forced to play him a nickel. He's not a nickel. He came in as a special team safety.
Pete, I know what he came into. I'm just
Rudy
telling,
Ford?
Yeah, Rudy Ford. Yeah. I'm just telling you what he played.
I get it. Well,
he played 36 of the 57 defensive snaps yesterday.
That's incredible.
So, I guess my point. What did you expect? Like, if you can't rush the passer, it's hard to, unless you just have lockdown guys all over the place.
What do you think of their run defense?
Didn't have to really worry about it yesterday.
Well, early, the first half, when it mattered, it wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean, right now they spend a lot of money and capital on that side of the ball, and it's not. I mean, it's not working. Didn't you think you have Hamilton coming back, you sign the big guy, you trade for Brown, the big guys will stop the run, Jack will be free and loose, Wilson's a run thumper, you stop the run, and that'll help your pass rush, and therefore you put him in third and long situations, and that's how you improve the pass rush. That hadn't happened.
Well, I will for the most part this year, the Jags' rush defense has been pretty good.
They're 14th per game in the league, 3rd per play in the league against the run.
Because everyone throws.
Correct. I'm just telling you stats. just trying to be, just letting you know.
How many rushes against do they have, JP?
I don't know that.
It's probably significantly more passes.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be, right?
Well, double?
No, because teams get big leads, so then they can
run the ball late. Yeah. Oh, total rushes against the 204 rushes, and then let's see here. Passes 168 completions.
How many
passes?
227 attempts.
So it's close. They run when they get the lead. That's what they do.
Well, that's what I just
I'd love
said.
to say. I got to find the first quarter break. I got to find the first quarter breakdown. I bet it's significantly different.
Probably so. Hey, let's take a time out.
Go do that deep dive, Pete.
Yeah, do the deep dive during the break. We'll come back. We'll get the result of that, and then we'll also talk about the end of game situation.
Are we really?
Well, you said you wanted to.
Okay, let's do it.
We can skip it if you want.
No, let's do it. Let's do it.
It was an onside kick return for a touchdown.
Let's do it.
You were there. You saw it.
I saw it.
We heard it. We're going to talk about it when we come back. And this is Jaguars Happy Hour, presented by Jet Home Loans on the Jaguars Hard Rock Sportsbook Digital Network.
Your family isn't like anyone else's. Your home shouldn't be either. At Dreamfinders Homes, you can build the home of your dreams in one of their 30-plus communities in Northeast Florida. Choose from luxury single-family homes or maintenance-free townhomes from the 200s. Dreamfinders specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. To find out more, call 904-738-0165 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
Hold on. You want me to tell them about Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in just 30 seconds? This is impossible. Hey, I'm Billy from Twisted Tea. How can I explain that first sip of cold, smooth, real brewed tea? So good! And the extra kick you get from just the right amount of alcohol? The twist of lemon, Wait, what? We're almost out of time? Oh, shit. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Fans like you have been told that going all out is going too far. But fans like you know better. You're the kind of fan who loves the team as much as your pet, who paints yourself for game days and dyes your pet's fur to match. You are a rare breed. You are a pet fanatic, equal parts pet obsessed and diehard sports fan. At Pet Paradise, they're crazy about pets too. The official pet care provider of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pet Paradise. It's a new day in pet care.
Jaguars fans are gearing up and saving big at Fanatics.com. the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and Jaguars players you love. Shop the most trusted brands, exclusive designs by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars. Join Fanatics Rewards today and earn fan cash on every purchase. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
The Land Rover Defender story began with the simple thought of creating an exceptionally capable off-road vehicle, becoming the go-anywhere, do-anything all-terrain machine. Today, there's a new Land Rover Defender, the toughest and most advanced Land Rover vehicle ever. From the beginning, Land Rover knew the new Defender was capable of great things. Motor Trend's 2021 SUV of the Year is just the latest example. Test drive the new Land Rover Defender today at Land Rover Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard, or go to LandRoverJacksonville.com. Land Rover, above and beyond.
At VyStar Credit Union, you inspire us to deliver on our promise, to do good for our members and our communities. That's why we offer more banking options, like better rates and no hidden fees. We also give back, donating several $1 million to hundreds of nonprofits each year. Better financial lives, stronger communities. VyStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better. Visit VyStarCU.org/join. Insured by NCUA.
Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony. Jaguars Today. All Jaguars, all NFL, all the time. 10 to noon weekdays on 1010XL.
Welcome back. It is Jaguars Happy Hour, presented by Jet Home Loans. JP Shadrick, Tony Boselli, Pete Prisco, recapping a 31-7 loss for the Jaguars in Seattle. The Jags are now 1-6. They're in third place in the AFC South. I'm just telling you.
They have that going for
We
them.
got that going for us, which is nice.
You know what we haven't done this year is power rankings.
I don't even
AFC
want to go
South
there.
Power rankings.
Where would you have them, Tony? Third?
Yeah. You know who I might put first right now?
Who?
Colts. No Derrick Henry. That Titans team changes.
Yeah, but look how many games ahead they are. They're four games ahead in the standings.
That's okay. We got 10 left.
You think the Colts are going to catch them?
They already lost one to him.
They lost two to him.
Twice.
They lost both
twice
already.
to him.
That's right.
Pay attention.
Right.
Yeah. They're done. The division's over.
I don't know. I mean, but is Derrick Henry out for the year? Because I heard one report he's out for the year, and then Vrabel said he might come back by then.
I saw 6 to 10 weeks is what I read.
Yeah,
well,
but that's
he's like
that's
he's
a
a cyborg. He's not human.
Injury?
He'll be back in a week.
No, well, he played with a damn injury yesterday. He hurt it in the second quarter or something and kept playing.
The guy's amazing. How many yards did he have on that busted foot?
Not many, though. They held him down pretty good yesterday.
Yeah, he didn't. He had a quiet day.
Tony, but that's a Jones injury. That he isn't coming back from that this year.
It's a what injury?
The Jones bone or whatever isn't that what it is? The Jones isn't that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back from that.
Well, they got Adrian Peterson. They'll be rolling.
That's Pete's
favorite. I sent out a tweet. Saying, "Why didn't they sign Eric Dickerson?" I mean, come on.
Wow. You also said earlier in the day there's like young running backs everywhere, right? I mean,
well, there are. I mean, and I use this as a point. The kid from Cleveland, Dearness Johnson, went in last week and played and ran and looked great. And granted, they have a good offensive line. Would the Titans take Dearness Johnson right now as their running back? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's got to be guys like him all over these rosters that aren't playing. And you find one and you fit him in. I'm not getting an old guy. That's the last position. Look at Le'Veon Bell in Baltimore. It takes him an hour and a half to get to the line of scrimmage. You want that? I don't want that. I want fast.
I can listen to Pete talk about running backs all day long.
It's a beautiful thing. So let's go to end the game.
Yeah, so it's all right. It's a 3-score game, 24-0. Jags score a touchdown. Okay, you're going to go for two and make it a 16-point game.
You have to go for two there.
They kick the extra point. It's still a 17-point game. That's 3 possessions.
Okay, then as soon as you kick that extra point, you kick it deep. The game's over. You're just giving up, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, me too. And I also had a problem with putting the quarterback back in with a minute left in the game to let him take some more shots. That was dumb.
Well, that's what Urban said today. He wanted another possession on offense
Well, then
after
kick
the
the- then
onside
go-
kick.
then
I'm
go
just
for two.
telling you what he said today.
Why did he want another possession on offense? So his quarterback can get beat up again?
Yeah,
These
I mean,
NFL teams, sometimes I don't get it. I really don't. What are you doing? What's the point? Get some good work in? Well, he could have had much more work in training camp if they had given it to him. I mean, why would you want him to be subject to more shots? Get him off the field. He's your franchise.
He was hit 7 times officially yesterday and 54 passing attempts. That's a lot.
The bigger issue I have is if you kick the field goal, then kick it deep. It's over. If you want to act like you're still trying to win the game, go for 2 and then kick the onside.
How much time was left when they scored that last touchdown?
Under 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was late.
Yeah, just you don't go for 2. You don't make it. The onside kick. You're not winning anyways.
Yeah, 149 to play.
No, when they kicked the onside kick, I was like,
yeah, what are you doing?
What are we doing?
And they took it back to the house.
And then they took it back for a touchdown.
Of course they did.
And then they rip it for the touchdown, and you get the ball back, and you put your first team offense back in again. That's not smart. That's not. And I'm not going to say it's just him. A lot of teams do that. Get your quarterback the hell out of there. He's your franchise. You don't need to have him out there. Subject him to more hits, and he took some more when he was back out there. Dumb.
So we got that going for us, which happened at the end of the game yesterday. Jaguars fall in week number 8 to the Seattle Seahawks.
Is it just me, or and again, it's not going to decide the game? Doesn't it just come across as not being thinking ahead and being organized when you do that? Or am I just overblowing this? That's how it came across.
You're not overblowing.
When I was watching the game, that's how it came across.
We all thought about it in here as well. Yep.
Yeah, you're not overblowing. It's bad situational coaching, period.
Tony's about had enough of this hour, I think.
He falls asleep.
Oh, I'm about to fall asleep. I can fall asleep on this microphone right now.
It'll be a better second hour that way, Pete. We're back in a moment. Another hour of Jaguars Happy Hour. Your social media questions will go around the league as well. And it's Jaguars Happy Hour presented by Jet Home Loans on the Jaguars Hard Rock Sportsbook Digital Network.
Your family isn't like anyone else's. Your home shouldn't be either. At Dreamfinders Homes, you can build the home of your dreams in one of their 30-plus communities in Northeast Florida. Choose from luxury single-family homes or maintenance-free townhomes from the 200s. Dreamfinders specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. To find out more, call 904-738-0165 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
Hi folks, Frank Frangie here to tell you where to find the most authentic Southern Pit barbecue in all of Jacksonville. That's right, Bono's. For 72 years, Bono's has been smoking real pit barbecue right here on the First Coast. Smoked for hours, served in minutes, and always cut to order. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at TIAA Bank Field. Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you want great barbecue, head to Bono's today. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
So, it's happy hour. Let's talk whiskey options. Have you tried Citrus Distillers? Have you tried Citrus Distillers Limited Edition 2021 Barrel-Aged Jaguar Whiskey? Did you know it's only available for a limited time and manufactured in Jacksonville? Yes, Jacksonville. I said local whiskey. Try it on the rocks or in a Jack's Whiskey Sour. Citrus Distillers Jaguars Whiskey is available at local liquor stores, restaurants, and the Jaguar Stadium. Drink local, Jacksonville. Find recipes and events at jaguarswhiskey.com.
This is Chantel Chark, wife of DJ Chark. Enter for your chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime experience with the Jaguars. Imagine being selected as a Jaguar for the day with prizes including a behind-the-scenes tour of the stadium, a personalized Jaguars jersey, club-level tickets to a Jaguars home game, and more. Look for details at Publix, where you can pick up all your game day needs, including Tide, Bounty, and Crest. Tackle everything in one stop. Available at Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Hard Rock Sportsbook is coming to Florida. Join the Seminole Tribe of Florida and Hard Rock for safe, trusted, and completely legal sports betting. Go to hardrocksportsbook.com to get all the latest details leading up to launch. Play remotely from anywhere in Florida, including on your phone or computer or in person at Seminole Casinos. Want great promotions like free bets, odds boosts, and bonuses? Hard Rock Sportsbook will have all your favorite bets and promotions. Hard Rock Sportsbook, the best place to be a Jaguars fan. Coming soon. Must be at least 21 and physically present in Florida to wager. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-800-522-4700.
It's Monday Madness at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
What are you, crazy?
It's not crazy. Pick up the official smoothie of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Duval Delight, for just $2.99 at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
I don't think you're crazy.
It's Monday Madness at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
What are you, crazy?
It's not crazy. Pick up the official smoothie of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Duval Delight, for just $2.99 at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
I don't think you're crazy.
When Jaguars news breaks, you'll hear about it first on 1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We're just disappointed. Obviously, we've got to play better. We've got to prepare better, and I didn't see that coming. I saw a good week of practice, and guys freshened up from a bye week, and we got down 14-0, and we got out of we're not built to just be a throw team, and we got out of the run game, and then the penalties were nonsense. I don't know if it was noise or what was the problem, but we just got to get that corrected.
Welcome back. It's the second hour of Jaguars Happy Hour. JP Shadrick, Pete Prisco, Tony Boselli recapping a Seahawks win over the Jaguars 31-7. The Jags offense struggled to move the ball all day, certainly in the first half. No plays over 20 yards in the entire game. The longest play was 17 yards, and it was a catch and run by James Robinson before he left the game with injury. The Jaguars defense let Geno Smith throw for a career-best completion percentage, 83%, 20 of 24, including his first 14 passes of the game, all complete. Tyler Lockett had a big yardage day. No pass rush when it mattered. Coverage issues again on the back end. Discipline, lack of communication issues from week one popped up again. 12 men on the field once, nearly a second one in a row before the next snap. They had a taunting penalty, delay of game calls on offense. Just an all-around bad look in the first half, really, for this Jags team. The Jags are now 0-4 all-time in Seattle. They've been outscored in those games all-time 141-39. And the Jaguars are now 1-6, and here come the AFC East leading Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen at quarterback with the top scoring offense in football and the number one ranked defense in the National Football League coming in for the Bills. They lead the league in takeaways.
That's a great combination. I just get jacked up hearing that little rundown you just did.
You know what? It's funny when you hear all the backdrop of how great the team has been in Seattle and this and this and this, and Tony locked it.
Lock. I mean, can't unlock that one.
No.
Vaulted that one.
Vaulted. And by the way, you weren't 100% accurate. They had 12 men on the field back-to-back plays, not just once.
Correct.
They called
the timeout. Nearly a second one is how I said it, but yes.
I mean,
inexcusable.
Yeah. And you got the Bills coming to town this week, Pete, who are really good. I mean, really good.
They're really.
And they didn't play great last week, but this is what good teams do. You don't play well and still win by two or three scores.
Correct. And look, I think they're the best team in the AFC. I think they lost that game at Buffalo. The play at the end of the game was debatable. What you should have done there, the quarterback sneak was not a good call, probably. But in the first week, Pittsburgh got them. They had a great scheme against them, and it bothered them. But they're the best team. When you look at it from an offensive standpoint, they can run the ball when they need to. They're not a great running team, but they can run it. Allen can run it. They can throw it. Diggs hasn't even had a good year this year for him. He's been a little bit of a disappointment. I caught a touchdown pass yesterday, but he's been a little bit of disappointment. And then defensively, they're so much better than they were a year ago. That's the biggest difference in that team.
And so you think they're the best team in the AFC?
I do. I mean, who else could it be?
It's a good one.
Before Derrick Henry got hurt, I would say Titans are right there.
Yeah, but Buffalo probably should have beat them at their place, and that was in primetime game. But I think they're the better.
They didn't.
I know. I think they're the better. Well, the Jets beat the Titans too, so I mean, we can play that game all you want.
Yeah, but usually when it's head-to-head, that pretty much means something.
Okay, well, would Buffalo have beat them if they played them in Buffalo? I mean, it was a home game for Tennessee. Not. Yeah, Buffalo's better. You think Buffalo's better than Tennessee?
Right now, yeah, because there's no Derrick Henry.
even with Derrick Henry, you think Buffalo's better than Tennessee. Stop it.
I don't know. I like Tennessee. They're tough.
They are tough. That's a tough team.
But yeah, Buffalo scares you because they have the quarterback, they got good weapons, good defense.
Who is the best team who is the best team? They're the best team in the AFC. Who else can you make a claim for?
Vegas, 5-2.
We'll find more out about Vegas this week.
You got Baltimore's 5-2 in the AFC North. Cincinnati's 5-3. They lost.
Vegas has the Chiefs next week.
Yeah, and we'll see how they are. But again,
that's it.
Buffalo, to me, Buffalo's the best team in the AFC. But look at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's rallied around a little bit. Cleveland's been a major disappointment. The Cleveland's in last place in their division. Think about that for a second.
What about Cincinnati losing to the Jets this week?
Yeah, I think they got caught in the classic sandwich game and it got away from them too soon because they play Cleveland this week. Off Baltimore, playing the Jets on the road, Cleveland next week. Sandwich game, and they looked up and they were, oh my gosh, we can't get out from underneath this, and they didn't.
Yeah, that one shocked me.
Mike White throws for 400 yards.
405. 405,
he
3
lit them
touchdowns.
up, and he was good. He was good. He's a Florida kid. He's from down here. He's from Fort Lauderdale. I liked him coming out. He was smart.
Oh, sure you did. Now you did.
No.
I promise you.
I knew it all along.
I knew all along. I had him as a first rounder. If I was a GM, I would have picked Mike White.
Up. Better than. He was on my better than team. The guys.
Better than. Yep, sure he was, Pete. You just put him up. You just edited the website. Put him up today.
I can't edit anything on there. It's there forever. Believe me. There's a lot on there that I don't want on there.
I'm doing the Jets Indy game this week up in Indy.
You are?
Yep.
Oh, that's the Thursday night game.
You seem excited about that, Tony, with the big yawn there.
Well, I haven't slept, JP.
Tony, if Mike White plays well on Thursday night, they got a quarterback controversy.
No, they don't. You have a rookie who's not playing well. Just stay with Mike White.
That's what I would do.
Let the young kid figure it out.
Hot hand. Go for it.
I haven't watched the tape yet, but I think Derrick Henry being hurt gives that Indy team some life that they think they can go run down Tennessee. So there's 10. Think about it. There's 10 games left, right?
10.
But they're 4 behind.
Right. So they need to go. If they go 8-2, and they got the Jags twice, they got Houston a couple times. So say they go 8-2.
Yeah, but the Titans have the Houston twice and the Jaguars.
I know. Let's say they go 8-2.
Okay.
And the Titans, you don't think the Titans can go 4-6 over 10 games with no Derrick Henry? I do.
Read the schedules and we'll talk. Because this is in lieu of our power rankings.
Well, they have Tennessee.
Hold on.
Kansas City coming up.
Let's start. Which team are we starting with here? I'll go through them.
Start with the Titans.
The Tennessee Titans coming up on the schedule. They have the L.A. Rams in L.A. this week.
Loss.
Home against the Saints.
Loss.
Home against the Texans.
Win.
At the Patriots.
Ooh, tough game.
And then a bye week.
I say they're 2-3. I mean,
1-2.
1-2.
Two and two. There's 4 games there, so 2-2.
All right.
Okay, 1-3 then. I'm 1-3.
All right, that's going into a bye week. You want the rest of it?
Yeah, 1-3
okay.
go to bye.
Home against the Jags.
I'm going to give
win.
them a win.
You're going to win? They're going to win that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
2-3.
I'm just, for the record, they're going to win. They're going to beat the Jags.
I'm just saying for this exercise.
All right, at the Steelers.
Loss.
Versus the 49ers at home.
2-4, 3-4. I'll give them a win.
Home Dolphins.
Win.
Road Texans.
Win.
5-4.
They're in. The division's over.
They're in.
That's 5-4.
What is the earliest all time that a division has been clinched, by the way?
Well, it's not going to happen this year because I'm telling you, the Titans have issues. That whole offense, that whole team runs through Derrick Henry.
Okay, but we just went through it. You think they have a legitimate chance to win 5 games, and they might win. Worst case scenario, they win 4. So if they win 4 games, that means that
Colts got to go 8-2. Let's see what the Colts schedule is. 8-2.
They're not going 8-2.
Indianapolis Colts coming up from Lucas Oil Stadium. They host the Jets.
Win.
Host the Jaguars.
Win.
At the Bills.
Loss.
Loss.
Host the Buccaneers.
Loss.
At the Texans.
Win.
Bye week.
Win.
Versus the Patriots.
Win.
At the Cardinals.
Win.
Loss.
Home against the home against the Raiders.
Huh?
Oh my God! Home against the Raiders.
Maybe
All right,
they
so
win.
And
Titans-
then at the Jaguars.
The Titans are the AFC champs.
It's not. I
Right.
mean,
Tony's going to amend his Colts are going to run the table
so-
and win the division.
safe to say we don't have to go through the Houston or Jaguars.
No,
schedule.
I don't think so.
No.
Well, you know what? If we ran the table, we'd be 11-6.
If
simple
you run
math.
if they run the table, it'll be one of the greatest miracles in the. I'm going to say it would be the biggest miracle in the history of sports.
Well, do you believe in miracles, Pete?
No.
Oh.
Were we playing the USSR?
Well, if you're a Jag fan, that's actually Dave Weidel stole that line on the
He
field
did.
after the Broncos. We beat the Broncos. He came to the
Really
stadium
dug deep for that one.
and he goes, Jacksonville, do you believe in miracles? I'm like, isn't that the U.S. hockey saying?
Al Michaels has that copyrighted or something. I don't know if he does.
And here's the other question: why did they give him the microphone?
It's above my pay grade.
Wow. All right, so let's look ahead here. What is the plan for the Jags offense against the top defense in football this week? How do you go beat them?
Well,
How
first
do you
of all,
have success?
You get James Robinson treatment and just hope against all hope that he can play.
What if let's play the scenario if he's not there?
There's not a good scenario to play.
Carlos Hyde, they believe in Carlos Hyde,
Okay.
according to Urban.
Great.
Just telling you.
Go look at the production of between Carlos Hyde and James Robinson. Is it the same?
Nope.
Okay, you were 1-5 with that production. You're going to take that production off? You have one of the lower scoring offenses in the NFL. You're playing against the top offense in the NFL.
What did
You need everything you got, JP.
Mm-hmm.
What did the backup average per carry when he came in? The backup to the backup.
Ogunbowale?
Yeah.
He only touched the ball twice for 9 yards, so 4.5.
He also was wide open on a pass in the middle of the field, and he didn't throw it to him. Would have been a touchdown. Would have been a walk-in. He had his hand up. I don't know if you remember that, Tony. Do you remember that play? He was wide open.
Well, he didn't see him.
But Carlos Hyde doesn't scare anybody running the football.
Well, you're
It's a problem. It's a problem this week. If they don't have
It's a
James
problem.
Robinson,
You know how
it's a
you
big
beat them?
problem.
This is how you beat the Bills this weekend. I'm going to give you a recipe right now. I'm going to give you the formula.
Wow.
The equation.
Tell me.
You got to be +3 in turnovers.
Okay.
You need a special team or defensive score. You win.
Yeah, because they've taken the ball away so much this year.
Yeah,
that you can expect
that's
+3.
more than they've done all season. They've had 2 takeaways all year.
I just gave you the equation. You know what they would say in baseball, JP? They're due.
Yeah.
That they are.
Will they get 3 more the rest of the season? He's getting them 3 in one game against the Bills.
I just said no. I didn't say it was going to happen. I said that's the formula for victory. 3 turnovers, score in a non-traditional way.
Every other team in the league at least has 5 takeaways.
And we have 2?
2.
So we're due. That's what's 5 minus 2? 3. I nailed it. Thank you.
Look, they're not winning this week. All they can do is hope to stay close. They're not winning.
I mean, being a 14 home dog, that's hard to do in the NFL.
Well, the Jets were Sunday.
They
And
won.
They were 14 home dogs?
Bigger.
They
I think it was 15.
They won the game, Tony.
Yeah, they were 15, Tony.
Never say never, Tony.
I'm not saying never. I'm just saying it's a big number.
Okay.
Pete said
Okay.
never.
Okay, but Buffalo is better than Cincinnati. You would say that.
I think we already went through that, right? There's the best team in the
Buffalo's
AFC.
better than Cincinnati. So
Yeah, right.
14 they're not beating Buffalo. They're not.
Well, this is a real happy start to the second hour, I must say. We'll come back.
What, you want us to be all Captain Sunshine? We're going to be realists.
Here's what's going to happen. We're going to come back and we're going to keep it real, Pete.
Keep
That's
it
what's
real
coming up
with Robert Mondavi. Give me some wine.
pretty good.
That's pretty good, wasn't
That's true. It's really good.
Thank you.
It's almost like you got your care package already.
I haven't.
We're back at home, and we'll keep it real on the defensive side of the football. Your social questions coming up. Jaguars Game Day Radio is brought to you by ViStar Credit Union. Do good, bank better. And this is Jaguars Happy Hour on the Jaguars Hard Rock Sportsbook Digital Network.
Hi, I'm Tito Beverage, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, we became the first micro distillery in the state of Texas, and we're still making the same smooth stuff after all these years. We're still cooking in a pot still, working with our dogs by our sides, having fun and tasting batches, and I'm still wearing the same hat, even after all these years. Head over to Tito'sVodka.com to learn more about what else we're doing the same. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
Committed to the team. Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. So our policies have no fine print and no military service restrictions. We don't work on commission. We're nonprofit, so we pass the savings along to our members. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org. Navy Mutual, insuring those who serve.
Pinpoint, the official signage partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, helps business decision makers like you maximize the impact of their brand. Your company's identification, advertising, and even the words you use make an impression on your clients. With Pinpoint as your coach, you can make sure it's a good impression. Pinpoint provides the creative design and production services for anything you need to enhance your brand, from custom signage to complete marketing solutions. Step up your game with Pinpoint and create the ultimate brand experience for your clients. Visit experiencepinpoint.com.
Jags fans, did you know you can ride your bike to every Jaguars home game at TIAA Bank Field in Valley Park it for free? That's right. Stop by our bicycle check-in tent sponsored by Alert Today Florida near Gate 1 at TIAA Bank Field. An on-duty ZenCog bike professional will park your bike and ensure it's secure during the game. When the game is over, return your claim ticket to pick up your bike. For cycling safety tips, visit alerttodayflorida.com. Remember, Alert Today, Alive Tomorrow, because safety doesn't happen by accident.
Your family isn't like anyone else's. Your home shouldn't be either. At Dreamfinders Homes, you can build the home of your dreams in one of their 30-plus communities in Northeast Florida. Choose from luxury single-family homes or maintenance-free townhomes from the 200s. Dreamfinders specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. To find out more, call 904-738-0165 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
Great teams leave it all on the field. But with the powerful towing and payload that Ford F-150 delivers, you can take it all with you, too. No wonder Ford F-Series is America's best-selling truck 44 years straight. The 2021 Ford F-150, built for greatness. Visit your local Ford dealer or buyfordnow.com. Based on 1977 to 2020 calendar year total sales.
Jacksonville Sports Talk for Jacksonville sports fans. 1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Welcome back, Jaguars Happy Hour on a Monday afternoon, heading into Week 9, recapping Week 8. The Jags lost to the Seattle Seahawks 31-7. JP Shadrick, Tony Boselli, Pete Prisco, and it's time now for Keeping It Real, presented by Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi. Open up a winner today. Real Ingredients, award-winning wine by Robert Mondavi.
I'm waiting for my red. I like a good cab, Mr. Mondavi.
Listen, Bob.
Yeah, Bobby, come on, send us something, Bob.
Here's a defensive conversation. First off,
okay,
Coach Pete Prisco.
Oh gosh,
how do you fix
disaster?
How do you fix the communication issues on defense?
I mean, you just practice it and make sure the guys know what they're doing. You rep it, Tony. How much is the coach is responsible for that, and which one is it? Who is responsible for it?
I mean, hopefully it bubbles up to the defensive coordinator.
But again, like if he calls a defense.
Well, if he calls a defense, is there's a front, there's a coverage. The DB coach should be sending in the right people for the defense backs.
3 DB coaches.
Well, I'm not going to get there.
I'm just telling you.
Your D-line coach sends the front end based on the rotation, and you got your linebacker coaches. Send them in.
You're right. You're 3 DB coaches. You have a corner coach, right? A safety coach, and then what's the other one?
A nickel coach.
Nickel coach.
That's right.
Okay. Well, maybe the nickel said we're going to nickel, and the corner coach said we're in our base. I mean, there's probably some of the problem is the communication. So ultimately, it falls on the coaching staff.
That's deep insight. Part of the problem is communication. Yeah, when you have back-to-back 12 guys on the field, Pete, that's communication.
Well,
and it's knowing your job. How about this? Do your job, Pete.
You've seen morons stay on the field and get caught in the 12-man. That's not communication. That's just an idiot being an idiot. You guys won a playoff game because a guy couldn't get off the field. Remember?
No, that was not. But that was being lazy.
What game was this, Pete? Just a reminder.
Against the Broncos. They were reeling, and he couldn't get Michael. It was Michael Dean Perry couldn't get off the field, wasn't it?
It was Gerald Perry. Was it Michael Dean Perry? Yeah, it was Michael Dean Perry. Yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't get off the field.
Well, he could get off the field. He just walked, and we snapped the ball and got the ball back. That's what we do.
And then he didn't punt ever again.
Never punted again.
No, amazing. But the players are responsible, but ultimately it goes to the coaching staff.
Well, no, everyone's responsible. It starts with the coaches of having a plan and communicating the plan and repping the plan and telling people where to line up and who's on what. And then it's the players to study your playbook, understand the situational football. If they call one nickel, are you in or not? If you go out there and there's someone else sitting there playing nickel, maybe you should say something. If you go out there and you're the one nickel and you see the Sam linebacker out there, tell him to get off.
Who was the 12th guy?
I have no idea. It was twice. Which one?
Did they switch after the first one?
Oh, yeah. Go watch. There's like people
guys coming on and off.
Sometimes we have like a hockey line. There's like 10 guys going off and like 10 guys going on. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Too many men on the ice.
The third line of the Jaguars defense.
Like it's just like they rotate guys all over the place. It's not communication. It's communication. Starts with the coaches. It goes to the players. Do your dang job.
But who's
teach it right? Make it simple. Make it clear. Make it concise.
Player or the coach?
What, Pete? What?
Players or coaches more responsible? I say coaches.
I say all of the above. C. If A's coaches, B's players, I go C, all of the above. And because everybody, a couple things. So either they're doing too much, because the other thing, like, I don't know if you could tell on the tape, Pete, or on the TV copy, or if you noticed, JP, like multiple times, there's guys like throwing their hands in the air, pointing in different directions, who has who, trying to get lined up. Like, it's like, what are we doing? And so either they got too much stuff in, and guys don't understand it, or the guys aren't studying, or it's not being communicated properly, but go figure out why you can't get lined up. And then when it comes to who's on the field, situational football. One nickel. Okay, go out. You want one nickel? If you're not, sit on the bench. If someone's hurt on one nickel, you're the next guy up. Like, no, just communicate. And when you get out there, and Miles said at the top of the show, like, hey, I'm in the game. We play the same position. So one of us needs to get off the field. Coach just sent me in. You leave. I go back to my example. If I'm playing left tackle and another left tackle comes up and lines up next to me, I'm asking the question, what are you doing out here? We're not in Canada. This is not Canada. Not 12 men on the field. We play American football, not Canadian football.
But was it a case of a cornerback going in? I got to go back and watch it. Was it a case of a cornerback going in and there were too many corners on the field, or was the Sam linebacker supposed to get off?
I don't know, Pete, but that's not you should know that.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I put it at the responsibility of the coaching staff.
What's wrong out here? We have 18 defensive linemen on the field. Maybe some of you should leave.
It all comes back to the coaching staff. Always does.
It's not just the coaches. It's the players, too. It's both. Because if the coach calls one nickel and you go out there and you're not on one nickel, it's your fault. Or if you go out there and you're on one nickel and the two nickels out there, have a conversation. You're allowed to talk. You can actually say, hey, JP.
Hey, Tony.
You're a nickel. I'm a nickel.
You are.
We only have one nickel on the
If
field.
you're practicing and the one nickel is called and some idiot gets out on the field and you have 12 on the field, don't you coach that the hell out of them then? Because obviously it's
yes,
happened
but the
before.
players have to study their stuff, Pete.
Yeah, I agree, but it's ultimately everything is responsible.
No, ultimately it's on all of them.
It's on the coaching staff.
It's called accountability.
There you have it. Keeping It Real, presented by Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi.
I'm just keeping it real.
Open up a winner today.
And I hope it's a red.
Real ingredients.
A cab. A strong California cab.
Award-winning wine by Robert Mondavi.
A big, bold cab.
If you got a case, you'd give them out for Christmas.
No, I wouldn't. Right now, I'd drink it all.
Social media questions. That'll cheer everybody up when we come back. This is Jaguars Happy Hour on the Jaguars Hard Rock Sportsbook Digital Network.
Hi, I'm Tito Beverage, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, we became the first micro distillery in the state of Texas, and we're still making the same smooth stuff after all these years. We're still cooking in a pot still, working with our dogs by our sides, having fun and tasting batches, and I'm still wearing the same hat, even after all these years. Head over to Tito'sVodka.com to learn more about what else we're doing the same. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
At most sandwich places, asking for more of something is just part of the drill. But what if you never had to ask for more? What if more was just a given? At Daly's, more is what our sandwiches are built on. More meat, more cheese, more veggies, more quality, more taste. All for a price that's anything but more. Sandwiches from Dash, made fresh. Daly's.
Enjoy fall savings going on right now at Renewal by Andersen. Save 20% on replacement windows, patio doors, and installation. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. Designed to withstand the harshest weather environments. Find out more at rbafla.com. This offer expires November 30th and restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen, the official window and door replacement company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License number CGC 1527613.
Ready to take the next step toward the ultimate you. Dr. Patrick Basil, official plastic surgeon of the Jacksonville Jaguars, presents the Ultimate You Sweepstakes. Enter for a chance to win a cool sculpting treatment package valued at $4,500, plus a Jaguars performance training session. Receive your free customized treatment in a relaxed, modern, patient-centered environment. Learn more and enter the sweepstakes at jaguars.com/ultimateyou or call 904-222-6262. Terms and conditions apply. No purchase necessary.
Any repeated physical activity puts stress on the body. Checking your phone, getting in the car, sitting at your desk, checking the phone, getting in your car, sitting at your desk, checking your phone for the 50th time today. If you do anything with regularity, you should get massaged with regularity. Massage Envy. Keep your body working.
Regular body work makes the body work with massage, skincare, and stretch. Come in today for more information or visit massageenvy.com for more details.
It's time for sunshine and summer showers, so it's more important than ever to make sure you call Crystal Clean for all your waterproofing needs. Waterproofing can extend the life of your building by keeping water outside where it belongs. And that Florida sun can beat up your business's paint job. Crystal Clean's painting services can bring your building back to life. From waterproofing to painting, schedule Crystal Clean today. Call 904-220-3337 or go to crystalclean.com. You don't have to worry when it's Crystal Clean.
The station that the Jaguars listen to, 1010XL. Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Welcome back. It's Jaguars Happy Hour on a Monday afternoon. And if you're looking for the MVP of the truck game, then look no further than Ford F-150, loaded with impressive capability and designed to dominate work, play, and everything in between. This truck makes tough look easy. No wonder it's the official truck of the NFL and proud partner of your Jacksonville Jaguars. JP Shadrick, Tony Boselli, Pete Prisco. A little breaking news. The Jaguars have claimed running back Divina Zigbo off waivers from New Orleans. The team announced, just about 2 minutes ago. So that's James Robinson, of course, banged up a little bit. We'll see day to day on that. Ozigbo was here, of course, the last couple of years.
Well, they have roster spots. They didn't even
They've got room.
They
yeah.
haven't even cut anybody.
So there you go. They've added a running back. Let's get to social questions because that will cheer everybody
Let's go
up.
social. Let's get social.
We put out the bat signal earlier in the day. Here are the best that we've come up with today. This is at Caniac Jag. How does this team manage to look less prepared than they did against the Texans? And why are the Jags still having too many men penalties nearly halfway through the season? Please make it make sense.
You know what's crazy?
A lot of things.
What two games did this team look the worst?
The time they had the most time to prepare.
What game did they look the best?
The short week. in Cincinnati.
So maybe we should play like every 4 days. Like we should go Sunday, Thursday, Sunday,
Monday, Thursday.
Let's go.
Right.
We go Sunday, Thursday, Monday, Friday, Wednesday, Saturday. Just every 4 days. We should just play. I think we'll be better.
You know what's amazing about that is when Urban had a lot of time to prepare in college, like he usually did a pretty good job, right? I mean, when he had those bowl games and time off, but he had the better team half the time.
Yeah, let's go. 4 and 5 stars all over the field.
I mean,
look who's talking.
I'm just saying, he did. That's what he had.
Fair.
I didn't see Arizona State in those games. Here's question number 2.
Nor will you.
On social media at MarkLaw0113. Instead of complaints from fans on the negative, let's hear the top 4 things Tony and Pete would do if they were the owner or general manager. Pete, go ahead.
I'd consider a coaching change after the season.
Come on.
Wow.
Too early for that.
I would consider an offensive coordinator change if I kept my coach.
Here we go. We're firing people.
Wow,
left and
it's
right.
week 9.
I would find some speed on the outside.
That should be number 1.
I would get a defensive pass rusher somehow, some way, somewhere.
That should be number 2.
Those are 4. I guess gave you 4, but 2 of them could be consolidated. Number 4 would be I'd find a tight end of another tight end of some sort. Help the quarterback.
So I'm gonna break mine up down to some owner if I was owner and some if I was GM.
Okay, well, all right.
Okay, so first thing I do,
owner first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I go hang out on that sweet boat and just cruise around the Mediterranean and watch the game from there.
Okay. All right.
It's the first thing I would do.
Okay.
Okay. Try and put your misery behind you. I get it.
Just go hang out on the boat and say, you know what? We might not be very good, but I got this sweet boat.
Marseille sounds nice right now.
That's the first thing I would do right now. The second thing is, I would be, in all seriousness, actually, I'm pretty serious about that too. I would evaluate the roster and through one lens and one lens only. What do I need to do to help my quarterback have success? And that is start by finding speed and playmakers outside. Number 2 thing, I go figure out how I can impact the passer by rushing the passer.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, I would repeat number 2. Number 4, I'd repeat number 3.
So pass rush 3 times in a row?
No. I repeat. So number 2, okay, 1 was
quarterback speed outside. Help the playmakers.
Quarterback speed.
2 was pass rush.
2 was pass rush.
3 was repeat 2.
No, 3 was repeat 1.
That's not what you said.
Okay, sorry.
All right, thank you.
And 4 was repeat 2.
So
then
just
overall,
just bring the entire coaching staff
hanging on the
back.
boat like every day.
What was that, Pete?
Just bring the entire coaching staff back. Same offensive system, just status quo. It's because it's worked so well.
Yeah, I don't think firing coaches is the answer like you do, Pete. You can't start firing guys after 8 or 9 weeks. It's like come on, man.
I didn't say I was. You
just said it.
You literally said it. Your number 1 thing was that. Your number 2 thing was that.
No,
do you say stuff and then forget what you said 30 seconds later?
My number 1 thing was
we need to get you help.
Firing him after the season. I'd consider a coaching change after the season. That's exactly what I said. Number 2, I would, and if I don't make a coaching change after the season, I would make a coordinator change after the season.
So you firing coaches?
I would consider it, and let's see how it plays out. But
That's how you said.
I didn't say I would fire him.
I'm definitive.
You can't fire
in
a
mine.
guy after 8
I would hang
games.
on
I'm
the
not
boat.
firing him
I
after
get
8
speed
games.
on offense. I get pass rushers. That's what I do.
They can make coaches better.
We agree on those two things from a football standpoint, 100%. Exactly. Speed and pass rushers. The problem is, where do you get it?
Draft.
You got to draft, ultimately. I mean, you're not going to get dominant pass rushers in the draft in free agency.
No. The only way you can get a dominant pass rusher, the dominant pass rusher, is keep losing and hope you have the worst record in the league.
Or trade like the Rams just did.
But that's not true because, I mean, Aaron Donald was the 10th overall pick or 9th overall pick.
No, I'm saying if you want the kid from Oregon, you know he's going to be it.
You got to go get the right guys. I mean, okay, who are the best pass rushers in the NFL right now? Chandler Jones.
Right.
I'm not. This is no order. I'm just kind
Miles Garrett.
Okay. Chandler Jones, was he was a mid-round pick, right?
No.
I mean, mid-first.
And then you got
T.J. Watt, mid-first round pick. J.J. Watt. Right. I mean, he's not anymore, but he was the 10th pick. Aaron Donald, like 9th or 10th pick.
Miles
Garrett, number 1 overall. Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. I'm not saying, but my point is, you can go find good pass rushers.
Nick Bosa,
very high. Joey Bosa, very high. Trying
Daniil
to think.
Hunter later.
Huh?
Daniil Hunter, good
Daniil
pass
Hunter,
rusher.
he wasn't very high.
Oh no.
Max Crosby, he can rush the passer.
Right.
Shaq Barrett,
he can rush the passer. JPP, he can rush the passer. Like, you got to go find those guys who can rush the passer. And you don't need like the dominant guy. Go get like remember when the Patriots were really good, one of the best defenses? They didn't have that one guy who had 15 sacks. They had like 6 guys that all had 8 sacks.
Yeah, but well, they also were the best scheming up defenses in the league too.
We'll work on that too then.
This was quite a question and answer session on that one. Now let's go to the next question on social media today. This is from @SoonerOSCS. What is the line in the sand that needs to be crossed before this team and staff are held accountable for their performance? Hold on, let me finish the question. I know I'm not in the building, but I've heard other experts, quote unquote, question accountability as well.
Well, I don't know if there's accountability or not. I'm not here enough, so I'm not going to comment on things when I'm not around. But the line in the sand was passed a while ago. When you're the head coach, you're accountable day one. When you're a player, you're accountable every single day you show up. You're paid to win football games. You don't win, there's accountability. You don't do your job, there's accountability. You have 12 men on the field, accountability. You have false starts, accountability. You do dumb stuff on and off the field, accountability. The line's been crossed. It starts day one.
Yeah, well, I agree with you. And if you have a bad rest of the season, there should be changes.
Pete's already firing people. I love it.
No, I'm not firing the head coach.
Yeah,
I'm just saying he better prove in the next 10 games that he's better than what he's shown in the first.
So what would have to happen for him to prove that he's a good head coach in your mind? 10 games. What has to happen?
Win a couple.
Just 2. So if he wins 2 games, he's a good coach.
And they get better, and there's not sloppy play.
So if they don't have 12 men on the field.
That's not just 12 men on the field, Tony. They're a sloppy team. You know that.
Okay. They clean it up, and they win 2 games.
Are they a clean team? Are they a clean playing team? Do you see clean rhythm?
Clean in Cincinnati. 4 days. I'm going back to my theory. Shorten the week.
So have you seen good coaching so far, yes or no? Really simple question.
Have I seen good coaching? At times, yeah. I thought the Cincinnati game plan was good.
those big 6'7", 325-pound feet are moving like they used to on the field. They're tap dancing around.
I'm not tap dancing. I'm calling as I see it. I'm trying to ask you a question, Pete. You said if he doesn't improve, you should make a change. What is improvement? And I just want to make sure, because at the end of the year, I'm going to call you out because you should be accountable. It's called accountability, Pete. I was just talking about it.
You're saying if he has a good second half of the season, I'll sit here and say there's no reason for them to get rid of him.
You need to define what is good, because we want to define. I'm defining it now, not after the fact when you're going to change the narrative and get over say whatever you want. What is good? Tell me right now.
Put it on the record, Pete.
There's no. If they could lose every game, if they play better, and they're
this is what I'm talking about. It's a moving target for people like Pete. This is what the media does. Give me a number, Pete.
If you saw 10 more
you
games,
can't handle the truth. Give me the number.
If you saw 10 more games like you saw yesterday, would that be enough to get rid of them?
I'm just waiting for an answer. Let's go to the next question.
Pete, that's yes.
Talk about
you're thinking of tap dancing.
Tap dancing. Pete's tap dancing.
On a clinic.
If he doesn't win more than 2 games, then how about that?
Oh, so 2 games, he's safe.
2 more games.
2 games, okay.
Next question on social media today. This is at Duval_45. Ever since they moved Shenault to the outside, he's been non-existent in the offense. Explain the thought process of moving a slot receiver to the outside when he can't play there. It's like asking Miles Jack to play defensive tackle. #we stink still. #let's talk draft.
I'm not talking draft. That's not an option. Shenault is a slot. He should play the slot. They should move him around. He should be out of the backfield. He's not an outside receiver.
I don't think he's a slot receiver either. I think a slot receiver, if you look at the history of this league, Tony,
what is he then, Pete?
They're little shifty slot guys. They're like Lockett. They're slot guys. They're not.
What is he then?
He might be. You might have hit the nail right on the head when you started the show, when you said he looks like a running back.
I'd put him in the slot.
I wouldn't put him outside. That much I agree with that 100%. He would be if I had a choice between outside and the slot, he's playing in the slot.
Remember early last year, he actually lined up at running back a good bit, like first 3 weeks of the season. Then they got away from that last year.
He got banged up.
They moved him around. Yeah, he's been banged up last
year.
But
when I watched like the run yesterday, when you watch it, you look at it, you go, oh, that looked like. I had to look again to see who it was because he looked like a running back. Tony's. I think you're right about that.
Of course, I'm right. I usually am.
No, you usually are not, but that one you're right about.
Just ask him; he'll tell you he's right.
Exactly. Just ask. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, let's go to the lock vault and see how many times you've been right in that thing.
Right. There's no scoreboard, unfortunately. Let's go to our next social media question today. At TheOtherGuy299, no shots downfield. Couldn't tell in the TV copy. Were wide receivers getting any separation, or was Trevor unwilling to throw downfield?
No separation.
I didn't see a lot of separation. I didn't even see a lot of design. Now I got to go watch it again. Maybe Pete, you did. But there were zero shots. There was they did nothing to stretch the field.
There was a play, and you'll see it later in the game, where he had a shot in the middle of the field. He didn't throw it. He did not throw it. Is he sleeping?
Did you fall asleep right there, Tony? Your head was on the microphone. Eyes were closed. Pete's trying to make a point.
I was not sleeping. I was meditating, thinking about Pete's answer.
And no, Tony, there weren't a lot of shots down the field.
That's
but
why I asked the question. I was taking a break, a breather. I mean, I've been carrying the show today, JP. Pete doesn't answer questions. You notice? Does not answer questions.
You tap dance, but no, he missed a shot in the middle. He had a guy wide open in the middle.
Let's ask JP, who's tap dancing today?
Both of you.
Put the Twitter poll. I want a Twitter poll. Who's wearing the tap dancing shoes today?
The floor underneath both of you is a little worn out today.
Whatever.
I must say.
No, I've been on point.
Tony, but to answer your question about the passing game, he missed one shot in the middle. He had a guy wide open. He didn't throw it. He missed him. He didn't see him. Other than that, there weren't a lot of shots down the field. There were not a lot of guys open.
I don't. Yeah, it's. I don't.
So you know what that means? Start using some creativity to get them open.
Well, they just don't have the speed. You got to get. I mean, maybe Tyron Johnson doesn't know the offense well enough. Maybe he's having trouble picking it up. I don't know.
That has to be part of the
problem. It has to be it. Tell him to go run straight as fast as he can and throw it as far as you can. Like just once a game, like once a quarter, like once a half.
Do the Alvis Whitted.
Just that's what we did with Alvis. Just go, Alvis, and throw it.
One final question on social today on Twitter. This is from @BettyLoveFjord. When does the pain end? When the medicine takes. That's when the pain ends.
Well,
when they win some games and get better players and coach better, that's when you start winning games.
But Pete, don't you be honest now? Don't do this change the narrative or don't start tap dancing. Didn't you think they were going to be better than they are right now? I thought. I mean,
we all did.
Everyone thought there was going to be some hope. Now, I didn't think they were going to be like everyone. A lot of people like JP were like, "Oh, they're going to win 9 games, go to the playoffs."
What did I say that?
Before the season, we said 5 or 6, and then after
I said 5 to 7.
No, we amended it.
And then I amended it to 4 to 6. But I thought it would be like
I was always 6 to 8
I
for
thought
the
it was
record.
good football.
JP had him winning the division.
JP had him playing.
That's not true, man.
No,
Not
I
true.
had him winning 4 games, and I don't think they're going to get there. And I thought they'd be better than what they are.
I did too. I did not see this. I did not see the organization. I did not see.
Okay, and I'm going to say this kid. I'm not going to tap dance on this. I thought Urban would be better than he is. How about that?
That's the first honest, poignant thing you've said. Everything else has been dancing around the edges.
you tap dance the whole show. I don't tap dance. Believe me.
There you have it. Social media questions are in the books. Thank you for the submissions today. Many, many submissions. Only a few can make each show. We'll come back and go around the National Football League. Big injury, big trade, and we'll get some of the highlights from around radio in the NFL in week number 8. It's Jaguars Happy Hour on the Jaguars Hard Rock Sportsbook Digital Network.
Hi, I'm Tito Beverage, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, we became the first micro distillery in the state of Texas, and we're still making the same smooth stuff after all these years. We're still cooking in a pot still, working with our dogs by our sides, having fun and tasting batches, and I'm still wearing the same hat even after all these years. Head over to Tito'sVodka.com to learn more about what else we're doing the same. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's Handmade Vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
It's Monday Madness at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
What are you, crazy?
It's not crazy. Pick up the official smoothie of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Duval Delight, for just $2.99 at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
I don't think you're crazy.
It's Monday Madness at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
What are you, crazy?
It's not crazy. Pick up the official smoothie of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Duval Delight, for just $2.99 at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
I don't think you're crazy.
It may be football season, but pests are in full force here in Jacksonville. That's why you need Kingfish Pest Control's $99 knockdown treatment. Kingfish Pest Control will safely eliminate spiders, ants, roaches, and more for just $99, backed by their 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Kingfish Pest Control is family-owned with thousands of A-plus customer reviews. They're hands down the best pest control company in Metro Jacksonville and a proud partner of your Jacksonville Jaguars. Let the pros tackle the pest in your home. Go to kingfishpest.com. That's kingfishpest.com. Introducing Ultimate Jags, the free-to-play, next-level fantasy football game. Open packs, collect players, build your roster, and pick your weekly lineup. Scratch and claw your way up the leaderboard and compete against Jags fans for fantastic prizes. Download Ultimate Jags now from the App Store and Google Play, and get ready to win.
Scrubbing soon to a location near you. You know and love the Scrubble Stars at the Town Center, Fleming Island, and Atlantic Beach. Now get ready for 4 new locations scrubbing soon this year, featuring Kernan, San Jose, Racetrack Road, and Oakleaf. Give your car the glitz and glam it deserves at the best car wash in town with free car prep, vacuums, window cleaner, and more. You can also catch us at every Jags home game and cool down at the Scrubby's Misting Arch. Drive in to see us now and in the future at our Scrubbing Soon locations. Scrubbles, trust the bow tie. You'll know quality once you arrive.
You expect Jags fans to say, Duval. You expect the Beard Stadium's going to be cold, the dogs will be hot, but what you don't expect is an airport hotel with a renovated, inviting lobby, a cool bar, and crowded restaurant, or 10,000 square feet of space just waiting for your next family or business event. At the Crown Plaza Jacksonville Airport, you should always expect to be surprised. Book online or call 1-877-2-CROWN. That's 1-877-227-6963.
Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony. Jaguars Today. All Jaguars, all NFL, all the time. 10 to noon weekdays on 1010XL.
Welcome back. It's Jaguars Happy Hour. About 12 minutes to go in the program today, and what a lively discussion it has been.
Is it really happy, though?
I'm happy.
Really happy
I'm
hour?
happy. You're not happy?
I'm tired hour. This should be the tired hour today.
You're cranky hour is what it is. You're cranky all day.
I'm not cranky.
By the
I'm
way,
tired.
JP sent me a picture of you sleeping during your break.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's fantastic.
What's wrong with
I don't
And-
know what you're talking about, Pete.
What kind of person are you?
Why would you
didn't
throw
sleep
me
on
under the
plane?
bus? Did you not sleep on the plane, Tony?
Not much.
Your first class seat. You didn't sleep in your first class seat?
I didn't. Not very well.
But you did have a first class seat, though.
Oh, yes.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Back in the old days, they would have sent the plane for you to get you taken care of.
I'm trying to work that. I'm trying to work on that.
I love that.
I don't have that pull anymore, Pete.
I love that.
No, you don't.
Let's go
No,
around.
it's
You're not that
sad.
valuable anymore like you used to be.
Now I hang out with you. Now you know what? Now where I'm at, I'm sitting in the airport with D-Rock.
Yeah, you've sunk. You've sunk.
Me and D-Rock.
Wow.
It's bad.
there
It's a
you
low
have it.
point in my life. It's okay. I'll fight. I'm a fighter, Pete. You're a tap dancer. I'm a fighter. That's the difference between you and I.
By the way, I got something that says from somebody on Twitter said Pete Prisco always tells it like it is and never sugarcoats anything while always being pretty funny as well. Never change. As a fan of the Jaguars, glad someone connected says what is true.
Thanks.
From Chat.
Thanks, Pete's wife. Thanks, Pete's wife.
No.
Thank you,
From
Mrs.
Chat.
Prisco.
Can we just go through
Is
a
that your
Pete
dad on Twitter? I
Pete
didn't
just
know, Pete.
self-glossed himself. Like who
well,
does
Is that
that?
your agent?
Let me read my
Because you said
My
you said, I
son
don't-
said, "Dad, you're the best dad ever. I cry at night thinking about how passionate and kind you are for me.
your
You
son
tucked me
said-
in when I was little. You prayed for me, and you provided, and you coached me.
I'm
You're
just
the
telling you-
best dad."
You were
I mean, that's
mocking
what
me
you
for
sound
never
like,
taking
Pete.
a position.
That was
you were mocking
embarrassing.
me.
Just stop.
No, it wasn't.
Stop.
No, you
Embarrassing.
were mocking me for never taking a position and sugarcoating it. I don't sugarcoat it. You do.
It's embarrassing. You just
sugarcoat
self-glossed
it.
yourself.
You are Captain Sunshine.
No, I call it as it is.
No, you do not.
And you're a self-glosser.
You do not.
Your nickname is self-glosser.
Wow.
You do not call it like it is.
I mean, did you just see him read
he's
his
like-
own compliment? Who does that?
Because you know why? Because you said I don't take a position, and I do all the time.
Except for when I ask you a question that you don't want to answer.
I answered it.
No, you didn't.
All right.
Yes, I
Can we move along?
Yes, let's move on.
please? We're not
Let's
getting
move on.
anywhere. Let's go around the National Football
go around.
League. And Von Miller is now with the Los Angeles Rams, Pete. What do they have to give up? And they're going for it all now.
2 second-day picks, and they are definitely win or else this year. I mean, because think about it. He's not coming back next year. He's an unrestricted free agent after the season. They can't afford him anyways. And here's the other thing. They're giving away all the draft picks. They have no draft picks. You better win now. They're very top-heavy, especially with the salary cap, too. So, they're one of the best teams in the league. You guys would agree with that.
Oh, they're very good. Their first pick next year is the 4th round.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Wow.
Hey, Les is good at what he does, but he's all in on this one.
Let's move along to the games yesterday. Panthers over the Falcons, 19-13. The Buffalo Bills are coming in here this week. They got a win over the Dolphins yesterday. Josh Allen had 2 touchdown passes, including this one early in the 4th to Stephon Diggs, called by John Murphy on WFR Sports Radio 550 in Buffalo.
Allen takes, going to throw it down the middle, caught by Diggs at the 5, cruises into the end zone, touchdown Buffalo! Stephon Diggs, a 19-yard strike from Josh Allen, touchdown Bills.
Top scoring offense in football and the number 1 defense in the game coming in this week, Pete.
That's usually a good combination for winning games.
You think?
They're good, man. And I don't think they've played their best football yet. I really don't.
They're really good.
Yep, good football team. I'll
Really
talk
good.
more about them later this week. I'm going to save my good stuff for Sunday.
Okay, great.
Means he
Awesome.
hasn't watched it. Means he hasn't watched it yet.
Can't wait for that.
I'm watching this year.
The 49ers over the Bears, 33-22. Jimmy Garoppolo, 2 rushing touchdowns, including this 5-yarder midway through the 4th. Greg Papa and Tim Ryan on the 49ers radio flagship KNBR 680 in San Francisco.
First and goal to go on the 5-yard line. 49ers lead 23-22. End zone. Jimmy
going to pull it and run. Jimmy Garoppolo's got his second touchdown of the game. Touchdown! San Francisco. Now Jimmy does not spike the ball.
Oh, he junked it.
He threw it into the crowd back in the north end zone.
And it hit the big C logo of the Chicago Bears up and on the second tier and hit that thing right on the bullseye.
Well, the Niners got a W. They needed that one there, Tony.
I thought Jimmy Garoppolo had a bad calf. 2 rushing touchdowns? Pretty good.
He played. You know what, though? He played well yesterday, and throwing that football into the crowd was like a good old Paisan would do when he's tired of hearing crap from other people.
Okay.
Are you ready to throw a football in the stands, Pete?
I don't. I take crap from everybody. I don't care.
Moving along to the Steelers over the Browns. The deciding score early in the fourth. Roethlisberger to Freiermuth. Bill Hillgrove had the call on 102.5 WDVE and the Steelers radio network.
4th and goal at the 2. Here's the snap. He's back. He pumps. He fires for the end zone, and it's juggled in the back of the end zone. What do they call? Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Pat Freiermuth, the Penn State rookie, pulled it in on a combat catch. He beat Harrison, the strong safety, and the Steelers forge ahead.
15-10 the final in that one.
Defensive battle.
Yeah.
The Browns, bad season for the Browns. Not what they thought, Pete.
No, not 4-4. They're disappointing, and they've had a lot of injuries, but still. Hey, at the end of the half, Tomlin got away with one. It was 3-3, and they ran a fake field goal at the very end of the half, even though they were getting the ball back at the start of the second half, and his kicker got blown up, and it was an incomplete pass. They should have taken a 6-3 lead, got the ball to go in the second half.
Should have been roughing the passer.
Yeah, hit him in the helmet, didn't he?
Should have been roughing the passer.
He should have been roughing the passer, but still, it's a bad call. Kick your field goal. It's 3-3.
Eagles over the Lions, 44-6. The Rams over the Texans. It was 38-0 at one point. The Texans scored garbage points late. And then the Titans and the Colts went to overtime. Carson Wentz with an overtime interception for the Colts, called by Mike Keith on Titans radio.
Play fake and a deep drop. Fires downfield. The ball is intercepted. Fired. 40, 35. Allie Cox gets him out of bounds at the 31. The mayor of Murfreesboro. He'll get reelected after that.
It set up the game-winning field goal in overtime, 34-31. The Titans did that without Henry at his best.
Well, I mean that's a great win. Bad by Carson Wentz. I got them on Thursday night against the Jets. I think I already said that earlier.
Yes, you did. Self-promotion.
Self-promotion, cool. Like Pete. I'm following Pete's lead. The big story, though, for the Titans is Derrick Henry, their workhorse, the engine that makes them go out, possibly for the entire year, probably having foot surgery. That's a killer. They got the big lead. They have a 4-game lead in the division because they've beaten the Titans twice. They've beaten the Colts twice, and they have a tiebreaker. So they're probably going to win the South, but I don't think they're going to do anything in the playoffs without Derrick Henry.
No, I don't either. He makes them go. But you made a good point earlier, Tony, and I said this yesterday when we were sitting in the green room. They're tough. You fall down 14-0 on the road in a division game, and you come back and win that game. You're a tough team.
They are.
Our final call we'll hear today, Jets over the Bengals, 34-31. They trailed 31-20 with 7:29 to go. 2 scores inside 5 minutes, including the game winner, Bob Wischusen, and the great Marty Lyons on the 98.7 ESPN Jets radio network.
Takes the snap, drops back, looks right, looks left, fires in the back of the end zone. Open is Croft. He's got it. That's a Jet touchdown. Tyler Croft all alone. Mike White finds him for the go-ahead score with 3:45 to go. Unbelievable.
What about that? Mike White, first start in the NFL, and he's going to throw for over 400 yards.
An incredible day. Jets win. Wow. How about that?
Shocker of the weekend. I cannot believe the Jets beat the Bengals. The Jets now have beaten the Titans and the Bengals, 2 division-leading teams.
And
Weird.
Robert Saleh is a good coach. You can just tell by the way his team plays for him.
Some other finals, Broncos got a win. Saints got a win over the Buccaneers yesterday. Jameis Winston with a knee injury. He's done. And the Cowboys over the Vikings, game-winning touchdown inside a minute to play over the Vikings.
Big win with Cooper Rush.
Yeah, amazing. Vikings, Kirk Cousins in the primetime game. Never gets it done.
Monday Night Football. We head to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Daniel Jones leads a banged-up New York Football Giants offense that will be without Saquon Barkley, Kenny Golladay, and Kadarius Toney tonight, and 3 other receivers are questionable with injuries. They visit Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. They're trying to get their act together after getting blasted by the Titans last week. Who you got tonight, Pete?
Oh, I think the Chiefs get back on track. I think they're going to play well here. I think Mahomes will play well. But for Jaguar fans, we'll bring it back to local. Keep an eye on Azeez Ojulari. He's got 5.5 sacks. He's becoming a really good pass rusher, and he was picked 5 spots behind Walker Little in the 2nd round. And Tony, you say you can never have enough pass rushers. There was one.
Yeah, you can never have enough pass rushers. I'm really pulling hard for the Chiefs. I need Patrick Mahomes to throw 5 touchdowns, and I need all of them to go to Tyreek Hill because they're both on my fantasy team this week, and I'm in last place.
That might happen, by the way. The Giants are banged up in the secondary a little bit.
That's why I picked them. I got to catch JP.
There you have it. Pete, have a great week. We'll talk to you in week 9, week 10.
See you, Tap Dancer.
Pete Prisco, tap dancing out of here on a Monday night. Our thanks to Brent Reber, Joe Fortunato, our entire crew. For Pete Prisco and Tony Boselli, I'm JP Shadrick. We will catch you next time. It's Jaguars Happy Hour on the Jaguars Hard Rock Sportsbook Digital Network.